Good morning, everyone. It's the vlogging Colonel. This is the Colonel's vlog. Welcome, it's the Colonel here in Pikesville, Kentucky. Day 2 of the Dark Appalachia tour. Traveling this morning to War, West Virginia, and then back into Kentucky through Harlan, Hazard, spending the night tonight in Viper. Trying to do all that today. Might have to put one off to tomorrow. I do have a home inspection in the morning that might put out some of the stuff that I planned on doing tomorrow. But I do want to hit Harlan and Hazard for sure. So I'm going to head out of here, hit the road. It's about a 2-hour drive. See you on the road. Join me this morning. Let's go. Got a dairy cheer right there. The dairy cheer, home of the smash burger. Is that true? Did the smash burger originate at a dairy cheer? And is that the only dairy cheer? Is that the dairy cheer? I don't know. Well, we're on our way to war. We're going to war. And it's like my navigation here. We're 2 hours away. 81 miles. So I'm guessing it's somewhat straight road.
0.1 miles. Turn right.
Yeah, she keeps interrupting, I know, but she keeps me on track. Figure out a better way to do this sometime in the future with the thing. Anyway, before she talks again, goodbye. See you soon. In the deep dark hills of eastern Kentucky. Love the misty mountains in the morning. It's kind of a thing. And you have an example of a mountain that has been somewhat destroyed. Carved.
Exit right.
Carved away. Look at that. It was a mountain. Oh, it looks like some sort of Babylonian mound. So, getting off of the Highway 23. Presumably, oh, no, this is Highway 23 still. Highway 23 and Highway 23? No, this is 460. So, getting off of the larger road here. Oh, that mountain was interesting. Into Virginia, so I didn't know I would be coming through the tail of Virginia, but now in the great state of Virginia, and man, it's beautiful country. Lots of just the sheer amount of man-made canyons, you would say. The removal of these mountains to put this road through here is quite impressive in some places. Quite impressive. Most impressive. Most impressive indeed. So to get a little bit of this landscape here, just inside of Virginia, not West Virginia. Not yet. But look at that. So beautiful and peaceful. I have a feeling the view's even more spectacular on the other side of the road. Smells good. This is Lover's Gap Road. I'm not sure what this community is called. We are decreasing in elevation. De-elevating. Just keeps going down, down. Going down, down, down. Just kept going down. Down into the holler in the hill. Been going down for a long time. It goes down. Must go back up. Or stay down. Down, down, down. That town was called Prater. 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 I think I'm in Virginia. I don't know if I'm in Virginia or West Virginia right now. Don't know. Old trestle here. Not that old. But a trestle nonetheless. Two churches right side by side. Probably the First Baptist and the Free Baptist and the Second Baptist sometimes. And then the Miniature Baptist would be that small one at the very end. More Baptist churches just down from the other one. It's the Vasant Baptist Church. Past the Miniature Baptist. And this is the Church of Christ. Now this is Vansant, which is not even a tenth of a mile from the previous town. It's kind of like they all run together here. So we are in the state of Virginia still. And these towns just kind of run concurrently into each other. There's another church. That's the Third Baptist, probably.
In 0.1 miles, turn right.
Yeah, past that. It'll be the 2 3/4 Baptist. Probably right next to the Primitive Baptist. But you won't find many Methodists
Turn right.
around here. The vibe has definitely changed. We're definitely more into coal country now than back in Pikesville. all of that area back where we were yesterday. It's Appalachia for sure. But, you know, that whole Red River Gorge, very popular recreational areas through there. Tourist, certain amount of gentrification. But, you know, some of those towns, even Pikeville, seems like, you know, they subsist off of more than just coal and industry. You know, there's a degree of just, you know, stores and restaurants and all those sorts of things catering to people passing through. Whereas once you get into areas like this, I mean, there's no reason to pass through here unless you're going to another place like this. So I don't see any touristy stuff around here. It's definitely getting more kind of gray, down more in the hollers now, I guess you'd say. Mountains are getting much deeper. Lots of railroad tracks. Lots of old equipment. Old bridge right here. Can't really see so well, but there's about 6 or 7 rows of rail over there. Further down back, they're all full of, I guess, coal. I'm not sure, coal or rock. But, beautiful place, so keep going.
In 0.1 miles, turn.
Starting to see some coal industry here.
Turn left.
Getting here. Alright, I'll try to, let's see. I'm gonna go down further. It's wanting me to turn around, but we're definitely in coal country now.
In a quarter of a mile, turn.
Shut up! Gosh, she's annoying. I mean, it's nice when you need to know where to go and you're not looking, but right now, just constantly. She never ends with it.
In 0.1
Look,
miles.
there she goes again. Shut up, woman.
Turn left.
Significant coal industry here. Could it possibly be
Turn left.
Big the Foot? We just passed the old Lee's regular Baptist church, so I expect up ahead somewhere we'll find the irregular Baptist church. We'll see. Just turned off on a little side road. See where it takes us. About 25 miles from War, but of course it's a long drive through all of these back and forth sidewinding roads. But sometimes it's good to get off the beaten path. Let's just see what's up here. And maybe there's an abandoned structure, a lookout, or a great big damn bear. You never know. Could be anything. Some crazy hillbillies. There's a deer right there. Look at that deer. 2 deer. See? We might see Big the Foot. We just might. Is he out here? One of my all-time favorite YouTubers. I'm sure most of you probably are familiar with Adam the Woo. And I'm part of starting this vlog is carrying on, and I'm not the only one. I know. But hopefully bringing others the same joy that Adam brought me. But there was an unending quest to find Big the Foot. And maybe he did. We might never know. Seemed like that other place just kind of ran into somebody's homestead. Saw this little cut off. Pretty messy down here though. An old abandoned structure over there. But not worth going over there. It's just literally a concrete shell. Alright, get back on the road. I'll jump off on another side road further down the way. See if we can find something cool to explore or see. You never know. Literally just exploring in the truest sense of the word. I have very little plan whatsoever. So just a few feet off of getting off the road, we were just walking around this creek. We have entered into West Virginia now. So out of Virginia into West Virginia. About 20 miles from War. Well, we've made it both in and out. In and back out and back in West Virginia. According to tradition, the first European pioneer to settle in West Virginia was Morgan, a Welshman who immigrated to Mill Creek and acquired his land in November of 1730. However, German immigrants were probably in Shepherdstown area by 1727. In 1861, many counties in Western Virginia opposed secession. As a result of this, several of these western counties formed the new state of West Virginia in 1863. And of course, way back there, you've got the Virginia sign welcoming you that way. West Virginia welcoming us this way. I feel like they're fighting over me. West Virginia wins. I'm heading to War. Welcome to the wonderful and wild West Virginia. Look at that. I could probably make it down there in the race, but the wife would be upset. It would take 4-wheel drive to get back out. No problem. I won't do it for now. Just don't want to get the baby dirty. So this is the start of McDowell County. War is located in McDowell, I believe. Back that way. Virginia. See where we end up. Cool old gas station here. Old kerosene sign. No more pumps. I remember those ones down in Georgia. You can still see these old school gas station lights. This is for sale. Anybody interested in moving to McDowell? Gas station here. Let's see in there. Love old gas stations like this. Like this whole area is for sale. This whole plot of land here. Another house over here for sale. And this one might be able to get inside of. Definitely a fire in here at some point. It's interesting. Didn't burn completely though. What you see in there? Anything interesting? There's no back entrance per se. This is lower level. Oh, a bunch of stuff. Old peels. Photo album. No photos. This is the little town of Bradshaw, West Virginia. getting close. I mean, a lot of activity though, a lot of people, a lot of cars. See people in the different shops, automotive places. So, by no means abandoned. By no means at all. Love these old bridges. No, you can't see very well because of the glare. The glare. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Getting very close to our furthest destination on this journey to war. Love these old bridges though. Probably a train track, train trestle. Super cool. I'm about 10 minutes from my destination now. I do believe thereabouts. I saw this tunnel. Could not resist. I've noticed all the waterways are pretty roached out with trash. That's the bags that hang from branches like that, all up and down. Lots of trash. It's further up the road from that tunnel. Saw earlier. Thought maybe this had dead ended into private property, but it just keeps going. Oh, hey, doggy. Why, hello, dear. There. Now this is a town called Yellowtown. There's a Methodist church. It's in disrepair. Hold on. Let me get over here real quick. There it is. Old Methodist church right there. Let's zoom. So there aren't only Baptists and Presbyterians, although that's the first one that I've seen. It's not Baptist or Presbyterian. This is Yellowtown. And I don't know the history of Yellowtown. Let's see if I can get under here. Might be able to. There's another place called, I think it's Yellow Dogs. I don't know if that's in West Virginia or not. But, sorry, I'm eating some beef jerky. But, you know, yellow's a term cowardice. I know in a lot of these coal places, during all the union busting back in the day, folks that would go and work during the strikes, oftentimes called yellow. So possible a town like this is called Yellow Town because it was filled with people that worked during the strikes. People called them yellow, and they would stick together. Now I'm just making assumptions here. I don't know anything about this particular town. I know Yellow Dog, that is the case. They called them Yellow Dogs, and so they embraced it, named the town Yellow Dog. But hey, let's see if we can get in. Let me get my microphone set up over here. Hopefully nobody messes with me. I'm kind of in plain sight right now. Not exactly incognito. Old English Presbyterian. Hello. You know anything about this church? When they last had a church service here?
Yeah, about years ago there was church here. Ain't been church here in about 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first Methodist church that I've seen. All the rest have been Baptist churches. Oh, that's cool. There's an occupant here, so we won't go messing around too much. But, yeah. Methodist church. Still one Methodist left. Like I said, with these abandoned places, you just don't know. You really don't. There's one Methodist that refused to leave. Alright, I'm gonna get on down the road here. Back to it. We're almost to war. Starting to rain a little bit. We are very close. It's fitting that the rain has come. But we've entered an extremely rundown and abandoned area. It's gotten increasingly rundown, to say the least. This is the War Creek, which is what the town of War is named after. War Creek. It used to be called Mount Pleasant, I believe, and they changed the name because War Creek runs right through the town. So we're about to pull into it right now. And I did expect for it to be pretty, depressed in terms of the economy. The outskirts they really are pretty rough. And people live in most of these places. Like this house right here looks like it's burned maybe at some point. There's a light on. Somebody's in there. Somebody lives there. There's a mine here, Warrior Mine.
In 0.1 miles.
Try to get there. I have limited time. It took so long to get in here, and I got to get all the way back to Kentucky. I need to get to probably Harlan today, which is a good 3 hours. You know, it's not that far again as the crow flies, but I mean, it's going to take a while to get out of these mountains, because it took a while to get into them. This is it. We have arrived. The road is closed. I'm gonna need to find a better way. This is the fire department. We have arrived at our destination. Welcome to war. Gotta do some filming. So I have to get on down the road. Just ride around the main street here. See what we see. This is it. It's raining in war. Might give it a little time to see if this rain stops. Get out and walk a little bit. If not, it'll just give me another reason to come back one day. I would like to arrange in the future to come back and, you know, talk to some people, find out who maybe owns some of these buildings. Maybe we can get some walkthroughs, a little bit of walking history. But I've been wanting to come here for a long time and just wanted to get out here, see where it is, see how it is to get here. And now that I know what's involved, I'm sure I'll be back at some point. And that was basically it right there. Alright. I'm going to turn around and go back. Looks like there might be a lull in the showers here, so go back to the main town. Might jump out real quick. Right through this neighborhood though. It's a little neighborhood here. Remove this from here. Put it here. Bear with me. I'm working on the fly here. So this is actually the southernmost city in the state of West Virginia. It's McDowell County still, which was the first county we came into when we came in to West Virginia from Virginia, or what part exactly that was. It was once a thriving coal timber town. The town has seen a pretty drastic population drop since the 70s and 80s. I believe at one time they had a population of around 1,500. Now they're down to around 6. But there is, you know, there's a resurgence of tourism, partially thanks to vlogs like this. People are looking for interesting, unique places off the beaten path. Also ATV enthusiasts, but still less than 1,000 people currently reside in the city of War. Now this is not, although people say it's one of the poor, it might be one of, but this is not the poorest city. I believe that belongs to Beattiesville. But I'm not sure what the primary industries are here currently without the coal mining. You would just kind of assume it's all like gas station, fast food. In fact, I don't even know if I've seen a fast food joint. So I'm not sure what people around here do for a living, or if they do for a living. A lot of places in these areas are primarily welfare. There is no coal industry left. I don't know where I'm going to turn around though. I'm kind of stuck here in a weird spot. Let's see if I can get up. I can back out of here. Back out the way I came in. Way to go. Whoop-de-doo. Driving backwards. Thought maybe that was a road, but there's not anything over here except for a couple of houses on this side of the tracks. Unfortunately. There was a hotel here. And this is an old train depot, train station. The Hotel Fretwell. Of course, this back in the day, this would have been a pretty thriving mining community. Would have been people everywhere. One video I saw, that restaurant right there was open at one point, not long ago, but it appears to have been closed down. No automotive place over here. Super cool. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna head up this road a little bit, see what's up here before I turn around and head out of town. I will step out of the vehicle at some point. I can't drive all the way here and not step foot, of course. There's the Hatfield and McCoy trail up here. It is beautiful country. There's another ATV. People just ATV around. Alright. Let's see what I find. Let you know if I find anything cool. We've made it. I'm gonna leave here. And instead of heading back as I had planned, and there's a Methodist church of War. But I'm gonna leave here. And instead of heading back as I had originally planned to see Harlan Hazard today, time is already ticking on away. And there's some interesting places just down in this county seat of this area. Welch is the next town down. So I figured, and that's where some of the Hatfield McCoy drama played out. So I figured, why not? I'm here. I'll just go down there and then to the Sodom and Gomorrah of Appalachia. Just a little bit after that. So we made it to War. But we're going to venture a little further. So let's go. Another coal mine. This is right outside of War. So while coal may have slowed down, it has not died here in West Virginia. Coalwood, home of the Rocket Boys. Tiny little hamlet. You're driving out of it just as soon as you're driving in. For those that don't know, the Rocket Boys, it's a story about Homer Hickam and his youth growing up in the coal mining town of Coalwood, which we went through on the way here. But all Rocket Boys were from this area of War. One was from War. One was from the town right back there. But they were inspired, him and his friends were inspired by Sputnik, the Russian Sputnik launch. And they would build and launch homemade rockets right here. A journey which ultimately led to Homer having a NASA career, which was later adapted into the film October Sky, if you've ever seen that movie. That's the Rocket Boys. We're moving into Welch, pretty close to Welch now. Past this old stadium, well, football field. And it reminds me of the old Varsity Blues type football field out here. This was Mount something, Mount V, Mount something. I'm sure we'll see something up here. We'll see a name up here, I'm sure. Look at this old football pitch. The Golden Knights. Actually, they keep the grass cut. Somebody must still play some football out here. You can imagine a varsity game. The Mount View is the name of the school. The Mount View Golden Knights. You just imagine those stands full of people. The announcer. All the wonderful sounds of high school varsity football. I assume this is a high school football place, pitch, mound. Yeah. Hello. Should have been one of the locker rooms. Shower room, maybe. In small towns, varsity sports are kind of a big deal. Everything seems pretty sturdy. Right here? Just an urban explorer, meaning you no harm. Whew. Seems pretty solid. Gotta watch out for waspers. There's one right there. They'll zing you. Guarantee you. See if I can not get stung. Get through here and not get stung. Here we are. Up here. In the old announcer's booth. Look at all those wasps. Yeah. Lots of wasps. I've had everybody's name, their number, weight. It was 2019. So they were playing here till at least about 6 years ago. Let's see if I can get out as unstung as I got in. I mean them no harm. Why should they harm me? Right? That's the logic. A little sketchy. A little sketchy. Feel like I could just fall right through. But let's not do that, shall we? Let's get back down onto solid ground as quickly as humanly possible. Whew. Anyway, there you go. Whew. Got my breathing going now. Breathing again. Alright, so we're at the county seat of Welch. I'm gonna drive on in town. See the courthouse. Tell a cool little story there. This Welch. Coming into Welch, the outskirts here. This is the county seat of McDowell County. About as close to big city living as you get in this area. Now we are downtown Welch. By far the largest town I've seen since getting into West Virginia. There's a little maze back through here. Well, it is.
Turn left. And then turn left.
I mean, it's like a little city in here. I've actually never seen a town quite like what I'm seeing here. This is where I'm trying to get, so let's see if I can find a place to park real quick. Might be a little bit fucked up here. Real fucked up here. Here we are at the Welch County Courthouse. Let's look at this city. What a cool place. Like I said, I've never seen anything like this stylistically. It's very unique. There's a lot of history in Welch, particularly if you're into the Hatfield and McCoy story. A lot of that occurred around here. It's kind of two different chapters. Well, Welch is the epicenter of the coal mine wars. The Hatfield-McCoy feud is the nation's most famous example of backwoods vendettas, if you will. As I said before, this is the county seat. And right here, probably the most significant event in Welch's history occurred. And that was the assassination of Sid Hatfield of the Hatfield family. He was a former miner turned sheriff of Mattawan, who was a hero to the miners locally. But he was gunned down by Baldwin Felts detectives, which were hired by the coal company. And that occurred right here on these stairs in front of the courthouse. He was walking up these stairs to face charges by the coal companies in this building when he was shot down right here. I have a plaque here. Born in Kentucky, Sid Hatfield worked as a blacksmith and a coal miner before being named chief of police in Mattawan in Mingo County. And sympathetic to unionization efforts in that county, he joined striking miners on May 19th of 1920 in a shootout known as the Mattawan Massacre with Baldwin Felts agents. His murder in 1921 led to the Miners' March on Logan and the Battle of Blair Mountain. Started right here. A little information about Welch. After Welch was named the county seat in 1892, Frank Pierce Milburn designed the building, constructed in 1893 to 94, adding the addition in 1909 over there. On August 1st, 1921, former Mattawan Chief of Police Sid Hatfield and Ed Chambers were murdered on the courthouse steps right here by Baldwin Felts agents. 3 men were charged in the murders. They were acquitted right here. Frank Milburn, contractor, CW, CH Rush. There's a church down there. They call this Little New York. The locals did anyway. And I can see why. It does have a kind of a early New York City vibe going on. Really cool. I'm glad I decided to come further into McDowell County instead of just stopping at War, because War is a cool place, no doubt. But boy, I think Welch takes the cake. There's a lot of people here. Of course, this would have been an absolutely busy town back in the 20s. And it's still busy. Industry is still doing its thing here. So, yeah, really cool. Got some signs over here. Informationals. Killed on the courthouse steps. That's Sid Hatfield right there. And that was Ed Chambers, police officer, Madeline County. Both of these gentlemen were shot dead right there on the courthouse. This was the murder trial. And these are the widows of Sid Hatfield and Ed Chambers who accompanied them here when they were murdered in cold blood. It's Isaiah Welch, the town's namesake. Major Jebediah Hotchkiss hired him to survey the coal here in West Virginia. Most of the people here were Italian, Hungarian, Russian, Polish, and Australian. Of course, look at this back in the day. Like I said, it was busy. People everywhere. Look at all the cars right here. Right over here. Would have been packed with vehicles. It's bumper to bumper. We're gonna get on down the road. It's really cool though. See you when we get there. Good Lord. Look at the wraith. She's turning gray. Down here in coal country. We're gonna leave here looking like a lump of coal. Oh no. Oh, freaking cool is that place though. Doop. The cool thing, I don't use, when I talk to people, I don't tend to bring a camera in when people go visit a place and just start pointing cameras at people. But off camera, I talk to people. Just talking to the lady at the gas station. The young lady was in there talking. And people around here, they give you all the business. Everybody's business. I guess both her parents were drug addicts and somebody else is raising her. She wants to be a nurse. Just asking me to pray for her. And it's the sweetest people. The areas like this do get a reputation. But everybody that I've met so far have been absolutely friendly people. And the other ones just kind of want to be left alone. They're not unfriendly. It just ain't got nothing to do with your business. And you ain't got nothing to do with theirs. And here we are coming into the town of Keystone, West Virginia. Now, Keystone has an interesting history. Look at this. This is old. And there were thousands of coal miners here. But this was known Sodom and Gomorrah
You have reached
of Appalachia. Indeed, as a wretched hive of scum and villainy and vice. It earned that biblical nickname because of the Cinder Bottom district here, which was a legendary red light district, one of the largest in the Appalachian region, packed with saloons, gambling dens, and brothels, operating almost completely independent of the law, where violence and shootouts were reportedly commonplace. Anytime I see old buses, I'm probably going to stop and take a look. Let's see what we got here. Of course, there's the one of the old coal facilities here. Now these buses I am a bit more familiar with, and I believe that one the other day. What was that called? I don't remember what they called it, and I didn't recognize the name. I think that was probably a Bluebird after looking at it. Might not have been. It was some sort of Frankenstein for sure, but this most certainly is a Bluebird. See what this one reads. 97. 1997. Well, this is from the Lafayette, Georgia plant. The model year was 98. You gotta be careful on these old stairs, man. Especially a big fellow like me. These are T444s. Seen better days. Little short bus. Quite a few of them here, though. Love to see it. I'm from Fort Valley, where the big school bus plant is. Don't think I would want to jump in here. There's a coal facility. I don't know what this is called. I don't know a whole lot about coal mining. Yeah, once upon a time, this area would have been a dangerous place to be. And it is still quite dilapidated. A lot of traffic going through. Drive down to the lower area. See if we can get down there. Tell you what though, when you live out in this area, in these areas, you learn how to crane your neck. A lot of times you gotta look backwards to see before you turn into somewhere. They're very sharp corners. Well, this is the area that would have a long time ago been the Cinder Bottom, known as the Cinder Bottom. Oop. It was called the Cinder Bottom because of its proximity to these tracks. And literally cinders, sparks would be firing off. It was called the Bottoms. True to its name, it was situated in the lowest part of the valley along this creek where we just were. Soot and cinders from the trains, steam locomotives at the time, and the coal furnaces would settle down here. During its peak between the early 1900s and mid 20th century, this was one of the most densely packed and active vice districts in the United States. It operated with a degree of openness that shocked outsiders coming through here who had never seen such a dark, disreputable place so open. Now over here would have been the Cinder Bottoms proper. Of course, there's no infrastructure left over here. It's still dirty though. Alright, and with that, I believe it is time to head back to Kentucky. Leave these deep, dark hills, head down to Viper, where I shall rest for the evening. But we'll stop at any cool places we see along the way, of course. It's about 3 o'clock, and the sun is setting here, and just up in the mountains, up over the ridge. It's been bright and sunny. It just suddenly kind of got dark. So it's true what they say. About 10 to 3, you get sun. Now this is Kimball, heading back towards War and Welch. But a lot of urban decay here. Probably the most I've seen so far in a larger sort of town. I've seen worse in small little kind of villages, but this is a larger town that's pretty... It's pretty run down. I mean, there's people living up here in some of these places, but some of them are just absolutely falling apart.
Turn right. And then
But get back down here. You can see there. Some of these are in pretty rough shape.
in 0.1 miles. Turn right.
Like that place. So yeah, Kimball, West Virginia. All right, here we go. Oh, this was a cool view overlooking. That's Welch down there. That's the courthouse. I'll zoom in here. That's the courthouse. You saw earlier, Hatfield was murdered. That's super cool. I also love this old sign. Well, not old. If you are seen here tonight, you might be found here tomorrow. A little bit ominous. Big old pile of coal. The good stuff. This is the town of Coalwood, where the Rocket Boys occurred. Well, where Homer grew up in this town. Went on to build rockets, inspired by Sputnik and Werner von Braun, the German rocket builder, rocket scientist. Inspired right here in Coal Town.
A man that crazy and cool.
This is Wolf Pit Branch Road. And back down in the hollers, one of those towns, I saw a Wolf Pen Branch Road. And we used to live on a Wolf Pen Branch Road. I showed that on a video the other day in Prospect, Kentucky. Just interesting. What's up with all the wolf pens, wolf pits?
Honestly, be better proof like
I don't know. Back to Papa Meat.
Turn right.
Interesting old building here. Place is called Vico, Kentucky.
Turn left.
Getting
And
close
then
to my final
Turn
destination.
left.
Do you know the Muffler Man? The Muffler Man. All right, I've made it to Viper, to Meemaw's cabin. Meemaw, Mama, Jules. Little Airbnb. It's nice. Had a nice place last night. As far as hotels under $100 go, this one takes the cake, I think. Tiny little cabin. It's super cool. Kind of inspires me to make something like this out of like a tool shed or something. How about that? But like I said, it has been a heck of a day. Started out in Pikesville, drove all the way to War, West Virginia. A few stops along the way. It had a little change of plans there. Decided, hey, after I kind of learned it was in the Welch County seat, and of course the legend of Appalachian Sodom and Gomorrah further down the road, I decided to postpone the Hazard in Harlan, which is going to be this afternoon, and just venture further into West Virginia while I was there. Harlan and Hazard are both much closer to home. And I might get them tomorrow. We have our home inspection tomorrow morning. I doubt I'll make it for that. But the wife has work. I'm in her car right now. I didn't want to take my truck on such a long journey until I get it looked at. So she needs the Wraith to go to work. I may make one, if not both, of those towns and come back later. But it's been a great journey. Thank you for joining me. And I got to work on getting this uploaded. Drink some more of that Tennessee bourbon while I still can. And then go to sleep, wake up, and get the heck out of here. So, until we meet again, hopefully tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow evening for you. I will start filming again in the morning. But until then, love you guys. And this vlog is over now.